Hello everybody and welcome to Tasha Foundation. Today I am to start with a lesson on road accident, and we will be taking Cameroon as a case study because of the numerous road accidents we have been hearing or seeing every day, and many are asking what is happening, and many and thousands of people are afraid to travel from one place to another because of fear. And those who are doing that, moving from one place to another, to them is just as if they are going on unconscious suicide mission. And that is not the condition in which we have to live. And we are asking ourselves what is really is the problem. And many people are blaming the government, many people are blaming each other, not looking critically to see what we can do as a people. And Tasha Foundation is coming up today just to talk about giving the introductions of what we'll be talking about all throughout this period of teaching and educating ourselves about road accident. Road accident is something happening all over in every nation. But when it becomes so frequent and so deathly, it is a call for concern. And that is why we are coming up to look critically what are the causes and what are the things happening and what can we do in order to reduce road accident. Looking critically and looking at the record of the World Health Organization, you discover that an average of 16,583 road accidents occur every year in Cameroon, and more than 1,000 people died every year because of road accident. And looking also, you discover that economically or in the part of finance, you discover that people lost more than every year, according to statistics from the Ministry of Transport, 100 billions every year because of road accident. So what really is the road accident? What really is the cause of this road accident? And what can you and I do in order to reduce road accident? First thing I have to talk about the vehicles we are using in Cameroon. If you look critically, you discover that most of the vehicles, 90% of the vehicles used in Cameroon are outdated vehicles. Many that they don't have to be used anywhere in the world again, but Cameroonians are using it. And using it, they don't even respect the capacity of the vehicles. Take for example 70 seaters. It is well stated 70 seaters, meaning they carry 70 people. A brand new one carries 70 people. And an old one that is outdated in Cameroon is carrying more than 100 people. We just want to occupy all the spaces. Either we occupy it with human beings or we occupy it with goods. And that is one of the causes. When a vehicle is loaded above its capacity, that is a vehicle on a suicide mission. There is no guarantee. If the vehicles arrive at destination, is by chance and by the grace of God, not by experience. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. If we don't take a responsibility into our hands, we will keep on dying on our route. We have to take the responsibility that it is time for Cameroonians to stand and say, I'm not going to enter these vehicles, or drop it down if the vehicle is overloaded. If passengers are picking, if drivers are picking passengers on their way, you have to take it. It is your responsibility. It is your life. And then there's the popular African saying that the hate of a man is not a cap, that when it fell down, you take it up and put it back. No, when you die, you die. We have to be careful. We have to take our responsibility. Another cause of a road accident that we also have to look critically is mechanical failure. It is very common with us Cameroonians. You see somebody leaving Kumba to go to Buea because a mechanic is in Buea. With a car, maybe with a brake failure, the driver is aware of it. But leaving Kumba to go to Buea, not even alone, he has to overload the car. He has to carry passengers and bear the risks to go. I just want to manage. so that I'm going to town because I want to go and arrange my car. A car that is not in good condition, but you are parking people inside just for selfish interests. We have to change our mentality. Mechanical problems. I just want to manage should be out of us. Drunkard driver. Many drivers believe that taking one man or taking alcohol is something that have to clear their eyes and make them not to sleep. Forgetting the consequences of alcohol. Just look at a drunk person, somebody that is a drunkard, when he's moving, coming back to the house. The gutters are the place that he spends his time. Not to talk of somebody driving a vehicle with people inside. What a shame. Overspeeding. Every vehicle is having a limit of speed that you have to take. And every vehicle they put there is 60 kilometers in 1 hour. Those are brand new vehicles. Not the kind of vehicles in Cameroon that you want to cover. And then when they say 60 kilometers in 1 hour, it's a vehicle that is not overloaded. But you overload the vehicles. And then you want to cover 60 kilometers in 1 hour. We have to change our mentality. Violation of road sign. Many people are saying that they are having accident because there is no road sign. When they have an accident, they said here there is no road sign. That is not true. Because in driving school, they told you any bending corner you have to slow down. But a Cameroonian, after an accident, they say, hey, I came there, I did not see any road sign. Joe, you did not see that the place was a bending corner. We have to change our mentality. These are causes of road accident that we have to do critically. And if you share this video, if we learn from it and follow up Tasha Foundation, we all will reduce road accident in Cameroon. A fatigue, that is tiredness. This one is very common with drivers in agencies. An agency would employ one driver to be running a vehicle to Yaoundé and to and fro. You go to Yaoundé and you return back. One driver that you have to spend how many hours before you reach Yaoundé from Bamenda? And one driver. He's tired, but he cannot stop because he needed money for the family. You have to. Buses like 70-seater has to have 2 drivers. 2. And many people talk about. That is overtaking. We talk about it. That is another cause of it. Overloading. We have seen vehicles in Cameroon that it just the load, especially on 30-seater buses, is more than the height of the vehicles itself. And you, a human being, you enter there and you people are going. You don't have a choice. You have a choice. You can decide not to travel than to risk your life. A 70-seater that have to carry things that are supposed to be carried by cargoes. They put it under the 70-seaters. Just the loot, just the things we carry from our villages to town, to the cities. They are more than the capacity of the car, not to talk of plus the 70 people, 100 and something people that were in there. And when an accident occurs, we blame the driver. We blame the government. Many accidents have been occurring in Cameroon and people are asking that where are the checkpoints in Cameroon? And many people are blaming those at the checkpoints. But I'm coming today that look it critically. Many at times I have been also in a vehicle where they approach the checkpoint and the driver drop some passengers. Those passengers cross the checkpoint on foot and wait for the vehicles ahead. Some even pretended to be hawkers, take things from the hawkers around and use like that to cross the checkpoint. Some of us passengers, we use bare skin in order to cross the checkpoints. And when an accident occurs, we blame the checkpoints, the police. We have to change our mentality. We have to change our mentality. I look critically and I came to a conclusion that road conditions in Cameroon, it contribute only 10% of road accidents. Because if you look at the road condition linking the northwest region and the western region, it is so terrible. but the rate of accident there is not too high as that of Yaoundé-Douala Highway. This is because when they are there, they are conscious. But on the highway, so road condition does not contribute that much to the rate of accident in our country. We have to change our mentality and take responsibility into our hands. And take responsibility. It is just a common thing in our society that somebody will use a vehicle for 5 years without taking it to a mechanic. Just saying, I'm blessed with these vehicles. Only this God that gave it to me. That vehicle is not. It is not a stone. Even if it's a stone, it is eaten off. There is a saying that what? If you give a brand new vehicle to a Cameroonian and a brand new vehicle to a European, every 6 months the Europeans will take his vehicles, no matter whatsoever, whether he's having a problem or not, to a mechanic for check-up. But after 6 years, a Cameroonian will go to church to give thanksgiving that the vehicle has never gone to the mechanic. We have to change our mentalities. It is our mentality that is killing us on the road. It is a poor mentality that is taking our brothers' lives away. That is taking 10 to 1,000 people every year. That is taking away from much thing from us. Finances. We have to change our mentality. I just look up to you that may you follow Tasha Foundation throughout this period of teaching a lesson on road accident. We will be taking the courses one after another and we'll go detailedly. We'd like to receive your contribution wherever you are listening. And we pray that may you share it to each and everyone so that you will reach many people in Africa and Cameroon in particular, so that road accident, we can reduce it. Thank you very much for listening.